In this lesson, we are going to calculate and interpret percents of a number. So example 1 reads, Mr. Lopez has 25 pencils. 40% of them are blue. How many blue pencils does he have? How many are not blue? So I have 25 pencils. 40% are blue. How many blue pencils do I have? How many are not blue? So it tells us that 40% are blue. What this means is that 40 are blue if there are 100 total. Now, it still asks me how many are blue, though. The reason it asks me how many are blue is because we don't have 100 total. We actually have 25 total. 25 total. So in order to figure out how many blue we have to rewrite this fraction. In this case, we can divide by 4. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So there are 10 blue. I'm trying to make that look a little nicer. Okay. There are 10 blue pencils out of the 25 that I have. So this is my first answer right here. I think we can do that a little nicer. Okay, now it says how many are not blue. Well, we know if there's 25 total, all we have to do is take away the 10 that are blue, and we get 15 are not blue. Oops. Do a little better than that too. Okay, now this is the proportional method. There is actually an easier way of doing this, or a faster, more efficient way. What we really want to know is what is 40% of the total. So we know that 40% of pencils are blue. So the question is, 40%, what is 40% of the 25 total? What is 40% of the 25 total? That's how they're going to ask you, like, what's 40% of 25? Well, if we just put a decimal, I'm going to write this in a different color. If we just put a decimal here, and the shortcut, remember, was to move it left twice. Then now we have 4 tenths or 40 hundredths times of, we're going to make times 25. And if you were to multiply those out, you can use a calculator. I don't care. Just make sure to write this so I know you understand how, like, what operation and like how to do it. So 40% of 25, we converted the 40% to a decimal, and then we made into multiplication and times 25. And if you do that, lo and behold, you will get 10 blue pencils. And that's just another way. And then, of course, you would just do 25 minus 10, and you would get 15 that are not. Different way of getting the same answer. Make sure for now you're showing both ways. Let's go ahead and show this on a percent bar. We know that 40% were blue. So 40% were blue. And that means out of 100%, out of 100%, 100 minus the 40% would give us 60% are not blue. Make sure you show me in some way where it splits. Now let's talk in terms of raw numbers. So here's 0, and we have 25 total. So I guess this is 5. Well, I don't want to do it like that. 5. This is about 10. Breaking this into 5 groups. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. So we know that 10 were blue. Oh, so it should match up if you draw it correctly with like according to scale. You see how we got 10 were blue out of 25. 40% were blue, which means 40 would be blue out of 100. And let's put the not blue. And there we go. That looks a little weird, but it's good enough. All right, example number 2. A box contains 44 crayons. 44 crayons. 75% are not green. So let's see. We could put 75 out of 100 were not green. So 75 not green if there were 100 total. How many crayons are not green? How many are green? 75% are not green. That means 75 out of 100 would not be green, but we don't have 100. We don't have 100. We have 44. So I'm actually not going to write that there. I'm going to write that a little further down. So I guess we should get smaller. Yeah, I guess so. So let's divide by 25. $75 divided by 25 is 3. And 100 divided by 25 is 4. Wonder if I should have divided by something else to make it different for y'all, but this is fine. So that means 3 are not green if there were 100 total. I mean, my bad. There were 3. Okay, let me back up. 75 not green if there were 100. Now we're showing that 3 would not be green if there were 4 total. But we only did this to get to 44. So times 11 times 11. So 33 would be not green if there were 44 total. So if we do 100 total minus, there aren't 100 total, that's the point. There were 44 total. 44 total. And we take away the 33 that were not green, then we get 11 that were green. All right, so let's look at this procedural method, this easier one. So we know that 75% are not green. We know that 75% of 44 crayons were not green. So remember, we put twice, so 0.75 times 44 are not green. not green, which is 33 not green. Ooh, in this case, we would, once again, if you want to show this part, you don't have to do this part because we kind of repeated it there. And I repeated the same mistake. But if you do the 44 were green, no, 44 total. If we take the 44 total and we take away the 33 that were not green, then we get the 11 that were green. I'll just do it like that. So let's do this percent bar wise. Let's see, 75% were not green. Were not green. So 75%, which is like right here, were not green. Okay, as good as it's gonna get right now. Which means that 25% were green, or are green. And let's talk about this in terms of raw numbers. So we had how many total? We had 44 total. And we're trying to get to 44. Now remember, these should match up. So all you really need to do is, as long as you have this number here and this number here, like as long as you have 0 here and the total here, you should be able to just follow this here. And then this means that 33 were not green. And that means 11 were green. I keep wanting to write 11. That means 11 were green. So we have the 33 plus 11, and we do get the 44. So that's it. Thank you.